What's up, new review? John Amenta here. How you doing? Pop Culture Uncovered. Doing reviews for them, doing reviews for New Review, doing reviews for, whatever. I'll do reviews. You want me to review something for you? I'll review something for you. Mad Max. We're going to talk about the Mad Max comic book coming out from DC Vertigo miniseries. I believe it's going to be 4 issues. We're on issue 3 right now. So we're going to do a little halftime report and then talk about the last issue coming up. Mad Max Fury Road, as you know, came out in May of this year. Summer blockbuster, and very surprising because this is a 40-year-old franchise without its original star. The last one came out 30 years ago. And it's kind of one of those things where you go, how are they going to make this work? Here's how they made it work. George Miller, the guy behind everything, he anti-George Lucas this thing, where George Lucas came in and did the prequels himself, and he dug a hole. George Miller had an idea for a Mad Max 4, I guess you'd say, for a long time, and he had it written. It was originally going to be an animated cartoon, and you could tell from seeing this thing. But he came in, and he just said, this is what we're going to do. Tom Hardy stars as Max in the film. Charlize Theron is Imperator Furiosa. It was a very cool movie. In the movie itself, it kind of just starts at one point where Max is in the desert, and it ends with him kind of, still in the desert. The big thing with it is you don't know, is this the same Max? Am I watching the same guy, or is this one of those Hollywood reboots? Is this a reimagination? Whatever they want to call it. You don't know that. When you read this, you find out. This is the same Max as the Mel Gibson Max, because the first 6 pages of this issue or so, the Max issue, cover in between what's been going on with him. It tells you his story through Mad Max, through Road Warrior, and through Thunderdome, and then it kind of catches you up to what he's been doing since the Thunderdome event that he had. They already had 2 issues of this come out. Issue 1 covered Immortan Joe, who is the warlord, the bad guy of the film, of the new movie. It showed how he had started as a general during the basically World War III. That's what we're going to call it. It's what ended the world, left us with this wasteland that Max, runs about. After the war was over, he ended up kind of becoming a gang, leading a gang, and then from there he ends up kind of becoming the cult leader that you see in the new movie. The second issue takes the breakout character of Imperator Furiosa, which was Charlize Theron's character, and shows her side of the story before what happens in the Mad Max Fury Road movie. It shows why she got to the point of thought that she actually gets to in Fury Road, and why she does what she eventually does, which if you saw the movie, you know what I'm talking about. This goes to show what happened to Mad Max before also. So this is basically showing you everything that happened to these characters before we start Fury Road. In this, which was scripted by a guy named Lathouris, Nico, and another guy named, I think, Mark Sexton, from George Miller's story. So Miller wrote it, these guys scripted it, and Sexton drew it. Very cool kind of Vertigo house style. It just hit the ground. So Max is wandering the desert, as he tends to do, and he ends up in the gasoline town, which they refer to in Mad Max Fury Road as to where Immortan Joe gets all of the fuel that he hoards and uses. Max goes there because he finds out that they are having a contest to give away a Ford motor, a big block Ford motor, that he needs to rebuild the car that he had in the first 3 movies. So again, it connects. You see he has the car in this movie, and you're wondering, well, this is just reimagination. No, it may not be the same car exact, but he's rebuilt this car from scratch. So he goes there to win this car, and what ends up happening is he ends up, the way you win it is you end up in a contest of sorts. The contest, Thunderdome. He ends up in another Thunderdome. Thunderdome 1, this was not. This is Thunderdome 2.0. This is badder. Thunderdome 1 was 2 men enter, 1 man leaves. Okay, we all know that. This is as many men enter as they want, and only 1 man leaves. So he had a hard enough time fighting the Blaster in the first movie. Now he's got to fight like 10 guys, and it's just a really good issue. Of course, not a lot of dialogue from Max in it. The series so far has been pretty good. The Max book here is number 3 in the series. It does not, unlike the other 2, which end, This one does not end. There's going to be a number 2, which is going to conclude his story because it kind of leaves you hanging at one point. But the first 2 I enjoyed. They were well written. I liked them. The Max one really drew me in because, you know, that to me that's the character I want to see what's been going on with him. So I say go out, pick up the Mad Max Fury Road books. There's also another really cool book if you're into the Mad Max thing from DC Vertigo. It is, I believe, 60 different artists, and basically what it is it's a art book, and 60 different comic book artists, including guys Francisco Francavilla. You get guys like Lee Bermejo. You just a ton of superstar artists and some not so well known, but guys that are coming up, and they pick scenes and images from Mad Max Fury Road, and they draw them, and it is beautiful. You just go page to page. It's not, there's no script, no story. It's just an art book. Check that out as well. That's in local bookstores, and it's really cool. So, I'm John. I'm telling you that you should probably get out there and get Mad Max Fury Road comic from DC Vertigo. It's on issue 3. Issue 4 will be out soon, and that's it. So enjoy. Get to your comic book store right now. Get that book.